Oh, welcome everyone.
Hello! Welcome to episode 90.
Oh,
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize we were starting.
Unfortunately,
Sorry.
Jeremy had a baby, so he's gone.
Unfortunate.
Stop.
Unfortunately, it's the worst thing to ever happen to me.
Oh my gosh.
And I hope you hear this, Jeremy. Not
You're
really.
dramatic.
I love you, Jeremy.
He's
I
gonna
hope
no.
you have all the fun with baby.
We don't
She's
miss
so
him
cute.
at all. Actually, that's not true.
I
But
do miss him.
we have a buddy, a friend of the show, John Carter, who will be stepping in for the end of this campaign for the duration.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just think of me as like Jeremy from Wish.
Nice.
Shorter
Oh,
beard,
no.
no hair.
Oh
It's Timu, Jimmy.
no! I was about to say Tinu. But we love Jeremy. We're very excited for Bebe. I have not got to meet her yet, but I will tomorrow.
Well, she's like 3 days old.
Yeah.
She's got cheeks for
Exactly.
days. So
Exactly. But before we get into tonight's episode, as always, we have announcements. Hayden really wanted the job of announcer.
So desperately.
He
Look
interviewed.
at that.
It was like a 3-round process.
mm-hmm.
You almost didn't make it past the second.
Came out
Dude.
ahead though.
He almost got
Yeah.
fired from Role Slayers.
That's probably true. There's varying points in this podcast history where that's almost been true.
I mean, it's pretty
all right.
easy. You just unplug it, right?
Yeah.
You're gone.
No,
Turn that
don't do
light
that.
fired.
I go back into the hell I came from for this podcast when you unplugged me. So from there, let's talk about our sponsors.
Let's do
Who
it.
do we have up first? But the good friends over at Eldritch Foundry, they make minis. They let you make your own minis. You can make cool faces, really
You
good
can
faces.
make cool faces.
You can do famously finger guns, good hand positionings, lots of articulation, good minis, good times. Eldritch Foundry. Our code for that is Tyler.
It's just Role Slayers.
It's
And you
just
get
Roll Slayers.
15% off on the mini.
15% off.
We've had friends use the code. We know it works, so use it. It's free money. Not really. You still have to pay.
Free money.
You know. Any other?
We also have all of our musical companions. You can find those at rollslayers.com/
Partners?
Hayden, I don't know.
Here,
Partners.
let's see. Is that it?
It's / partners.
But
It is?
it's all of our
Alright.
partners on partners, including our musical companions.
Yes, our musical companions. We've got Beyond Skyrim. I'm not as rehearsed as Jeremy was. There's a Scanlan Short Halt in there.
Mhm.
There's
Celestial Aeon Project.
Celestial Aeon Project. Is that all of them?
Sirenscape. You said Beyond Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all our musical and sound effect folks that we collaborate with. And then we utilize World Anvil. I utilize World Anvil. But you should check them out. They're probably, one of the most important things to this campaign, I'd say, or any campaign that needs to be really organized and you don't want to take a million notes on paper. It's a good place to do it.
Tyler puts his blood, sweat, and tears into World Anvil, and the link for his blood, sweat, and tears is...
worldanvil.com. I don't know.
No.
worldanvil.pxf.io/rules.
There you go.
There we go.
It's-
Thank you.
it's
I
really
was
great.
close.
To put my blood, sweat, and tears into that, because beforehand, all my campaign notes were written in blood, sweat, and tears.
And now it's just
On
on your
paper.
keyboard.
It's where I
Yeah.
got the skin book idea.
It really smells
Yeah.
not great in here.
That's okay.
That definitely went down.
Honestly, I felt like it was pretty good.
Check us out on Instagram, on TikTok. We've got a lot of follower influx on TikTok, so check us out there.
They're definitely not bots.
Definitely not bots.
Do we post TikToks?
Every now and then.
We
Oh.
do.
Yeah, y'all do. I like it to watch.
Oh,
Hmm.
I do not have a TikTok.
Yeah. No.
Thanks for feeding our algorithm, friends
I'm
of
too
the
old.
show.
If you're not watching us on YouTube, but you want better video quality, check us out on YouTube. Because we have nice cameras and lighting now, so make use of that.
You want to see all of the sweat droplets glistening on our skin.
All the blood droplets.
All the
And
sweat,
those.
blood, and tears. Any
And
other
the
things that I missed?
skinks.
Anyone? Or that Hayden missed?
I don't know. I'm new here.
Patreon. Check it out.
Mm.
We're on there.
Oh,
You can find it on our website. Cool. Why don't we play some D&D?
Let's.
So, last we left off, the party made their way to a grove within the Severn Wood to the west of the city of small village of Zagstick, not city, and did combat with a small cult of Oberon, whatever you want to call them, a group of followers of the Archfey Oberon, including Vinny's father, Lucimo Jaloris, otherwise known as Oliver Barnes. After a tense battle, neck and neck, both parties decided they didn't want to fight anymore. There was some reconciliation to be had between Titania and Oberon, some reconciliation between Vinny and Lucimo, and between Ardgal and Remy. Fireside. But a long rest was had by the party, and at the outset of that next morning, Venuthra decided that he needed to take some time home with his mother in his hometown of Alinar, and that he would actually also bring Lucimo with him. And so, through the use of Titania's Fey powers, they transport via plants off and away. At the same time, Ruby did receive a couple of messages from Brogner Puler, the Archmage of Divination, basically saying, hey, one, I think I've found Cyrus, I'm working on it, and two, I have another artifact that I need you to recover for me to destroy. I'm sending Professor Fingers to pick you up in Zagsnick. And that's where we kind of left off. You guys kind of considering whether you wanted to take the mission or not, knowing that Cyrus perhaps will be in that advanced team if Professor Puler is indeed successful. So, I think you guys started traveling back towards Zagsnick. Is there anything you'd like to do in these 2 days of travel?
I will tell them about the conversation I had with Titania.
Okay. Oh, about Cyrus being in great pain?
Yeah, maybe we should act that one out, or
Yeah.
no.
Go for it.
Okay, so I'd say we're probably... Let's set the scene.
Yeah, you guys
Roll.
are trudging through the misty, foggy forest. We're
It's
fresh.
still misty?
Yeah.
Is there
it's
a
just
Titania shaped
Okay.
There is not.
shape in front of us?
There's not. anymore.
Curvaceous
Breaking
shape in front of
through
us.
No curvaceous breaks in the fog line. Just fog.
Just normal, regular fog.
just weather.
Okay, great.
A little bit of weather.
But Remy perks up, I assume.
So in a damp, cool, foggy night, while we're all around the fire, Remy's gonna just say, so look, I don't know if any of you noticed, I did manage to creep away for a moment and have a private word with Titania, as odd as that sounds. She's of the mind that I think Cyrus might still be alive. That's the good news.
She would know that. She was certain.
She didn't say much more than, okay, I'll reframe this now with the bad news. She said that he was in great pain.
Where is he?
That was the really exciting part of all of this, is learning exactly how cryptic Fey beings can be, and I wasn't inclined to push her much further than that answer. So, yeah, that's all I know, is that he's in great pain. I guess I assume that he's alive from that.
So, she told you that he is alive.
Well,
And
no,
in
she just
pain.
told me he was in great pain, which makes me think he probably is alive in some capacity.
Well, in that he's still in some kind of danger. Like he hasn't been recovered by this Puler character yet.
Not yet, but it does mean that maybe we ought to keep moving forward with Professor Puler, because he still does seem like the best way of reaching Cyrus again, or at least figuring out where he is.
Maybe the professor will have some more information for us when we find him.
Perhaps so. From that, I guess we'll just keep trudging on.
Well, that's...
It's awful quiet around this campfire now.
Well,
It is still awfully quiet in the Severn Wood. The muffled sound of wildlife. It seems you were correct earlier in your analysis that it's just a very quiet forest. Not very active in its wildlife or boisterous. And the fog seems to kind of act as kind of a sound buffer for a lot of sound that would carry further. But you guys are able to long rest. You were able to level up over the course of this small journey to level 10.
Woo!
And if you don't have anything else, you're able to make your way to the rugged logger settlement.
Giant metropolis.
Giant metropolis
Where
with
they
Made
have
of-
everything we could
made of
possibly want to
trees,
find.
where everyone is illiterate.
No books in this giant sweeping metropolis
Not
in the forest.
a one. There's not even any paper. They don't bother making things like that out of their trees.
Hey, the pulp mill's up north in Wyosphere. That's all I'm saying.
You could make up anything.
I know.
Why didn't you put a library in this sawmill?
Hey, the Timbermen are very well-read folk. But you are able to make your way to Zagsnick, probably around the second evening. Many workmen kind of coming back from their jobs to home, or to the Huntsman's Guild, or to the Timbermen's Hall where you stayed previously when you were in town.
Did they sing any workman songs that you have for us?
I don't have any prepared. Sorry.
Can you make one up?
No, I'm not a vocalist, unfortunately, Hayden.
Is there
Or
a
Liz.
chant?
Hi-ho.
But they probably do have some sort of workman song that echoes through the forest.
Disappointed.
And
Sorry.
I have one about smashing rats.
Smashing Rats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hear that one. It's a common
Called
one.
I do.
Rat Smashing Shoes.
My husband actually wrote one from. I don't think I might be in my backpack. He wrote here's a round.
Love it. Is there anywhere in specific you guys are headed once you head to town? Do you need to pick up any gear? You going to the inn? What are you guys kind of doing?
You want to talk to homeboy?
I would want to talk to Homeboy and also find a shield.
A shield.
Hmm.
Okay. You could head to what do you want to do first?
What time of day is it? They're getting
Evening.
off work? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I would go try to find Vorin.
Okay. You've seen his house. You can head to it. It's just kind of a small wooden establishment, not super embellished or anything, but very sturdy. It kind of sits on very shallow stilts, and has like a little balcony that wraps around the side with a staircase up. But the three of you can approach and knock on the door.
I would honestly probably just kind of silently peace out from the group and just go find him
just
on
kind
my
of
own.
split. Okay.
Yeah.
What are you two doing as she kind of goes in about her business?
You want to go buy some rations?
Sure.
Cool. You guys head to the one store in town. It's called Farmer's Wholesaler. They are a wholesaler of farmers.
Of farmers. Buy some farmers.
Yes, you can buy. Yep, you can buy a farmer. But you go and you knock on Warren's door. No sound from inside, and about 30 seconds later, you hear trudging through the underbrush behind you a very large figure who is just getting done with his day of work. Oh, little Bells, you have returned,
Yes, we did it.
and you are the only survivor.
No, all of my friends survived.
Oh, you're just sorry.
They went on to
Yes.
find something. I don't really know what. But we are generally well.
That is good. I am glad that I underestimated you all.
Yes, I think we've grown quite a bit. At least I have since, I don't know, we knew each other.
Well, come in. Come in. He ushers you through the door and starts to put a tea kettle on the fire. You see that it's been roaring with some sort of stew all day. That he does start to lay loud if you are hungry. And reclines in this large chair that is just covered in pelts. Pours himself a glass of tea and looks at you inquiringly. So, your friend Venuthra, all is well?
Oh, I believe so. He went home for a spell to see his mother. He's missed her. He, I guess, reunited with his father, and things are. I don't really understand them, but he seems happy, I guess. Yes, he's well.
It's good. And what are your plans now? Guild with Goodwill, or you?
I don't really know. I mean, I plan to keep going with the guild as long as we have a guild to go with. You know, I'm not really sure what's in our immediate future. We're looking for an old friend, and suppose we'll try to find him, and then I don't really know what's next.
So then you will leave town soon then?
Probably. I can't imagine staying here very long.
Well, I will miss you. And your colorful friends. Not many, halflings, half-elves around here. Just sweaty humans. No offense.
That is fine. I don't really like sweaty humans either, honestly. I did come here to tell you something specifically. I had a dream that Melora visited me. I think it was really her.
From Lady Udan.
Yes. And she told me I could be a cleric of hers if I wanted to.
And you do?
Well, I don't know for sure. That's what I came to talk to you about. I'd have to promise to, uphold some of her tenets, which I do find admirable. But I don't really know. Is she someone you really think would be worth serving with my life?
She is chief goddess among the Uzandar, the pantheon of my people. But I cannot say. She is fierce, wild, but good. Trustworthy, from what I can tell. I have never served her in that way. Nor do I know many who have. I met the paladin of Udon once, but we went separate ways quite quickly. I think if what I know about you is still true of you, loving to ride, to revel in Udon's nature, is still true, if you still want to protect that, want to steward it. I see no reason not to.
Well, okay then. Do you have any, I don't know, suggestions or advice or wisdom for me?
In how to go about?
Yes, or on what to say to her or how to interact with her? What do
mean,
you
like,
do when you...
like an oath or words to say or what?
Well, yes, I mean, she told me sort of what sort of things she would like me to say, I guess. I don't know. I've never done this before, and she says that she has deemed me worthy, but I don't really understand why.
Perhaps you are faithful.
Maybe.
We have prayer to Udant that you could say, I guess. It goes, Udant, wild mother. I pray for those who wander. I pray for insert names of people that you care about. Guide them with your mighty hand. Protect them from harm. Bring boon to their gardens. Meat to their tables. Fire to their hearts. Something like that might work. I don't know. But oaths are not as important as actions to the Wild Mother. And I mean, if she's deemed you worthy already, can't be doing too bad.
Yes, I'm doing quite well, honestly. Thank you.
No problem. You, I guess, will be staying at the inn tonight with your companions?
Oh, probably. Usually that's the sort of place that we stay.
I will join you.
Oh, wonderful.
Buy you dinner last night in Zagsnick.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. But should be celebration anyway. Perhaps we can go back deeper into the wood now.
I think so. I really do.
It's good. Does not please me or Udant to cut down the young trees. Would rather go up higher, deeper, get the older ones,
Yes.
let the young ones flourish. Well, I will meet you there, and I will take this stew off and give it to someone. I don't know.
Okay, wonderful. I'll meet you there.
So you're able to make your way out and then head to the one shop in town, where you'll meet up with Ruby Jane and Remy. You guys have made your way to the not Timberman's Hall, Farmer's Wholesaler. Though you do pass by another source. You said you're looking for kind of food rations, right?
Yes.
There's also a large hall called the Huntsman's Guild, where you think you could probably get some sort of wild game if you'd prefer that to like dried rations. It's up to you.
Can we do both?
Yeah, you can do both. I'd say you'd hit the Huntsman's Guild first. It is a large hall, very simple. Again, no real architecture style besides nice pine and birch planks fit together pretty masterfully. Whoever built it was they're an actual carpenter. But it's this kind of cavernous main hall with some adjoining rooms, but mostly just this large table and fireplace at the back with various hunting trophies on the walls. There is a small counter to the side with a shorter, more plump tiefling woman of kind of yellowish skin and horns that kind of just curve up and back, who greets you. Hello, welcome to the Huntsman's Guild. I don't believe you're members. Well, what can I do for you?
Go ahead.
I thought you'd stop in, get some some food for the road.
Yeah. Some leftover venison and boar, perhaps?
He looks at Ruby and says, "Sure."
Oh, both would be great. Thanks.
Okay, we have fresh or dried. Which would you prefer?
Well, we'll definitely take some dried for the road. I mean, I don't know we're going to have a chance to really cook anything quick, before.
I can cook some things on the road. I've got my pans and pots and such.
Do we have a way to keep meat? Can the bag of holding do that?
Yeah, I think it's already pretty full of meat from what they told me.
Oh, yeah. Do we need any
definitely
of
got
this
that
meat?
from Vinny before he left.
The bag of holding.
Definitely.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, he would have left it.
Sure.
And all his money.
And all his money. Vinny definitely would have left all his money.
Yeah, he didn't need that.
He's so charitable like that.
He would not. But he does leave the bag of holding. You do have that. Yeah, she
Party
can sell
property.
you some dried and also fresh venison. They have basically a large pit in the ground that's insulated and has a bunch of snow in it. That she pulls out a half carcass of a deer and a haunch of boar, and settles you up with it probably running about 2-3 gold.
While we're here, could you also, do you have any stores of root vegetables, potatoes, onions, yams?
Oh, that'll be at Farmer's Wholesaler. We're just, hunters here.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one.
Thank you. This smells amazing. They put that good rub on it. You smell that?
I do. I don't really eat the stuff. But, unless, there's nothing else on the table, I'm happy to do that. But if I can avoid it, I tend to not.
Well, I don't want to tell you you're missing out, but you might be missing out.
Well, I know what it tastes like. I've had venison and I've had wild game and, farmed animals and such. I just don't prefer it.
All right.
It's about this time that you make your way to a bit shabbier establishment with a ramshackle sign that does say Farmer's Wholesaler, where you come into basically what is a large general store. There are myriad items on the walls, from axes to rope to
Fish hooks.
pythons, some fish hooks, bows and arrows. You spot a shield or two, and
Is there any light armor
light armor.
that's not just leather armor, any
There's-
studded armor? Does that add anything to me if I have what's still light armor, but not what I already have?
What?
You can get studded leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get studded.
Is it
leather.
better?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Just regular leather.
Yeah, but
It's like one better.
there is no studded leather, unfortunately. But make a perception check for me, Ruby, as you enter this establishment.
Perception. 6.
Never mind.
Cool.
But
Great.
there are various kind of large bins with produce in them, various vegetables, lots of roots and grains that keep well, a lot less fresh, like, tomatoes, cucumbers, stuff like that. You get the sense that a lot of this is imported and kept really dry, and basically sold at wholesale to the people here, as there's not a lot of farmland around.
I see.
But you guys can very much, fill up on turnips, on wheat or barley or potatoes. You see yams, stuff like that. Probably some onions and garlic bulbs. So you can basically buy whatever you want here for probably less than 3 gold. It's a bunch of produce. And then if you're looking for anything specific, let me know.
I'm just looking for produce, baby.
Okay, yeah. You just have your heyday here, getting maybe even a few spices that they've got in from up north.
They got any syrup?
Oh, you didn't mention spices.
Yeah, You can
They
you can
got
get
me.
you can get some of the more common spices, I'd say. Here.
They got any maple syrup? Any other kind of tree syrups
Yeah,
up
they
in
got
here?
some syrups. Absolutely.
I want that to go on my barley.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You might even see that they have a recently new and infused blueberry syrup.
Oh.
Okay.
So you can easily pick up all of that and more. And as you guys are shopping for various tubers and syrups, in walks Bells eventually. Bells, you see everything they've seen. You do see a shield on the wall. If you'd like to purchase that.
Tell me about it. What's it look like? Is it old and
Yeah,
busted?
It's wood and it's got iron band around it and kind of like an iron circle in the middle, kind of like a buckler. It's not fancy.
Okay,
It'll do the job. I'll
great.
give you 2 AC.
I'll take it.
Okay. They don't even charge you full price for it. No one's bought it for forever.
Cool.
It's been here for forever, so
Wonderful.
they sell
Like,
it to you for 7
Pick
gold.
it up and the dust just
Yeah, absolutely. So just mark off 7 gold, and
perfect.
unless you have any other shopping to do here at the general store, you guys can make your way to Timberman's Hall.
How are you gonna carry that on top of everything else you own?
Magic.
Son.
Magic quiver.
Hey, I've
Just-
sold a lot of my things.
Oh, that's true.
I've
Yeah.
gotten rid of many things.
As you guys enter the Timberman's Hall, it's it's evening time. People are getting some food. If they didn't want to cook for themselves that night, they're getting some ales or some beers. No one really stands out to you besides in a corner booth is a robed individual who has a large bald patch that's kind of combed over, longer on the sides. These kind of bluish, white turquoise robes on his person, sitting across from a shorter to middling height half orc. John, if you want to describe your character, you may.
All right. It's my turn. You see, like you said, a half orc, but not of like full height stature, but like built like a brick house. Like he is wide. He is wearing a simple top that is kind of just cut in the. You can look at a 3/4 sleeve halter top kind of thing, and like flowy, loose pants that cinch and like get really tight at the bottom to like hug his calves.
Like hammer pants. Basically.
That
like,
is
but
what
like,
I was picturing.
but like, I don't know, but like orc style.
Yeah. Pretty
Tough.
bland. There's like browns and grays. He's wearing simple sandals. He has a backpack. He has off to the side, and a spear and an axe. He has long, braided hair that is shaved to the skull, the sides, and the back, and it's just flowing down. He has a normal sized, thick, full beard.
Wait. What's normal sized? What does that mean?
Bigger here,
Okay.
like medium to long.
Okay. Great.
And he has sky blue eyes.
Mm.
And only thing that's really adorning him is a amulet on his finger on his neck.
Cool.
What kind of amulet?
One that you would actually find familiar. It's an amulet of Melora.
Cool.
So as you guys are walking in, he will. The robed individual will clock you probably. It is a very small town where there's only one entrance to this. And he'll wave at you animatedly and beckon you over.
Do any of you know him?
No, I thought maybe y'all knew him.
I would remember someone like that.
Well, I guess we'll go on over.
Okay.
All right.
You guys head over. He beckons you and says, "Ah, you must be the Guild of Goodwill, right?
Sort of.
Professor Richard Fingers at your service, but my friends call me Dick, so Dick Fingers for you. Yeah, I was sent by Professor Puler up in the Quintessence Pursuant. You know him? Well, of course you did. He sent me to find you guys, so of course you know him. I'm a buddy of, Cyrus Gray Malkin? I think you do. I think he traveled with you guys before. Is that correct?
That's why we're here. We need to find him.
Oh, good. Professor Puler said he was working on finding him. I didn't even know he's lost for a while because I was out in Oromon doing some work for, for the quintessence, and that whole business with the dragon. I don't know if you heard about that in Uringal.
We were
That
there.
happened while I was in Ormont. So I got back and I was like, whoa, what happened? And then he said Cyrus was here and now he's gone, and it's crazy.
You don't know anything more?
Oh, no. I know that he's working on finding him. He said he should be sending him with the advanced team if he is able to get him in time. I know that he was lost, couldn't be found with divination magic. Yeah, really, I don't know anything. I hadn't been at the quintessence for a hot minute. College isn't for everyone, obviously. Cyrus, he didn't love the quintessence, and he flourished on his own outside, and so did Sweaty, and then do you know Sweaty and Frankie Tin Shoes, and then Funnel Mike and all them?
We met Sweaty.
Oh, good. Yeah, so that college isn't for everyone, and so Cyrus, I guess, was with you guys. And anyway, that leaves me to talk about our job. We have a job for you guys. Oh, this is my buddy, by the way. Say hi.
Hello, my name's Agadir, but you can just call me Ag or Aggie.
Okay, Ag, nice to meet you.
Hi there.
Yeah, he's a great guy. We met in Filiatal. We were looking for an amulet or something a while back, and they're all small, weak elves, and not that I have anything wrong with elves. They're great people, but I needed a little bit of beef for my mission, and so I said, "Hey, do you want to come, work with me?" And then we became friends.
Yeah, we've known each other for a while. He sent me a message saying that he needed my help, and he sounded desperate, and here I am.
All right, then.
Anyway, so I guess he gave you all the details of what we're going to be doing?
No, we have no idea, and honestly, we haven't agreed to do anything.
Oh.
We agreed to come meet you and find out more about it.
Oh, I see. Well, let me start at the beginning. I guess you know that Brogner Puler is looking for these kind of magical artifacts that he's destroying. Apparently that had something to do with the dragon. Anyway.
Why is he doing that?
Why is he destroying evil magical artifacts?
Yes.
I mean, because they're evil magical artifacts. I don't know what reason you have not to.
Well, there were some unfortunate side effects to the last one he destroyed.
You guys all got sucked into Acheron, huh?
Yes.
Oh, how were all those cubes and stuff? And then, the Astral Sea, too?
It was terrible.
They were cubey.
Fascinating. Really fun stuff. Anyway, so he's destroying those artifacts, or looking to. So he sent an advanced team ahead of us to a city underwater, under the ocean. And we're to follow up. We're about half a day behind them if we keep to a good schedule. And basically, if they all die, we're to get the artifact.
What is the artifact?
Oh, from what I can tell, it's some brooch.
You don't have any more information.
Evil brooch.
And who lives under the ocean?
Oh, no one anymore.
Oh, so it's not like a habited
No.
underwater city.
No.
Okay. And what magical means does anyone have for us to go to the bottom of the ocean?
Oh, I can teleport us to a tunnel.
To a tunnel?
Well, an approximate location to the tunnel. There's supposed to be a tunnel in Ungva, and I have never been to Ungva, but I was down there a while back with a purple worm infestation, so I know an area about a half day from the city. Well, village.
Underwater.
No. The tunnel is in Ungva, and that goes underground.
Tunnel. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Underneath the floor of the sea.
Yeah, supposedly. I've never been to Ungva, so I don't know. And I also don't even know how they found out about this tunnel. The Goliath are quite, secretive people.
Giant land. Here we go.
Yeah, you can unroll that map if you'd like.
Where is this? What are you talking about?
It's south of Stowheller.
It's not
down. Okay, Giant Land. Mirch. So we're going to go there.
Yeah.
And then
Under
somewhere
the
in
Shiver
the
Spine
ocean.
Yeah. Supposedly. I don't know much more besides that.
Professor Fingers, if I might interject for a moment.
Please, call me Dick.
First of all, Remington Northerly Topsford, it's a pleasure to meet the both of you.
Vigorously
Looking
shakes your
forward-
hand.
Looking forward to working together. Did Professor Puler fill you in on the details of Cyrus? Any additional information there?
Oh, no, not really. He said he'd probably try and reunite us by sending him with the first wave if he could get him in there in time.
Okay, well, I guess that's still what he told us, so just making sure you didn't know anything we didn't.
Oh, Professor Puler's, he's sparing in his words.
Yeah,
We're
we've
kind of
noticed.
opposites in that matter. Some people say I talk a lot. But, I think that Professor Puler just talks a little bit, and that's why, it's such a stark difference when you put us in the same room, obviously. I just talk regular amount.
Frankly, I enjoy the amount that you talk. Kind of fills in some of those silences where things get uncomfortable.
Oh, good. I'm glad I fill space and voids and whatnot, kind of like you guys did in the Astral Sea. But yeah. Any other questions about what we're doing? If you want to do it, hopefully.
Well,
I don't understand what this brooch is or why we're destroying it.
Oh, it belongs to a dead god, or is a dead god, something like that.
It could be a dead god.
Maybe, I don't know.
And we're supposed to go and get
Does it have a
and touch
name,
it.
the brooch?
Probably. I don't know it.
Folks, are we just... this sounds pretty similar to the spear, like probably the same dead god. Couldn't hurt to blow up another one of those. It seemed like some awful bad people didn't want us to do it, so it's probably a good thing to do.
Oh! He looks at his hand and there is some smudged writing on it. That reminds me. Professor Puler did tell me to mention you won't be sucked into Acheron this time.
I was going to mention that
figured it
maybe we don't need to be there when this one is destroyed.
Oh, no, you don't
also
need to be,
fine.
but he figured that out, he said. And he said he can do it quicker now, too, or something.
Oh, good. Well, that answers one big question I had.
Which is?
Are we going to get sucked into Acheron?
Oh, yeah, no, you won't. Any other questions? Anything stewing?
Maybe we need to just take a moment.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't want to
private
intrude.
conference, if you
Ag and
will.
I can just hang out here.
Maybe we'll go get us a table and have a little chat.
Sure. Yeah.
It's lovely to meet you both. And
I'm sorry, only one of y'all said your name.
oh, my name's Ruby Jane Swamp Hopper.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Ruby.
And bells.
Miss Bells, nice to meet you as well. And you too, sir.
Well, it's a pleasure. You seem like a friend. Are you? Pardon my asking. Are you half dwarf?
Yeah. I am.
That's fascinating. I've always enjoyed the company of the dwarves. Anyways, we have to meet over here. Sorry about that.
You're good. Dwarves are kind and stubborn and move as much as a mountain does, but when they do, it can be quite spectacular. But I understand that this is a big ask for you and your friends. And take your time.
Oh, certainly.
As you guys duck away from Professor Fingers and Agadir, you do see ducking through the familiar silhouette of your Goliath friend Voren, who greets the two of you, Ruby and Remy. And you guys can indeed find a table to kind of discuss.
To be clear, we're going to a Goliath area or a giant area?
Goliath.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to barely be within the territory of what's known as the Diarchy of Novosi Selena.
Okay.
Which is illegitimate territory in the eyes of the Ascendancy, but
Right.
is Goliath land.
Right. Voren, I'm glad to see you. We have a proposition that I would like to know if you know anything about. We've been asked to go through some tunnel into Goliath land near, what is this place
Ungva.
called? Ungva. To find a brooch that either belonged to a dead god or possibly is one. Do you know anything about the tunnel under the ocean?
You see his face darken at the mention of Ungva. I have been to Ungva many times, but not as a citizen. You see, before the hierarchy of Novosislina was created, there was Pachesk, where I was from,
Yes.
and Ungva to the north, and Pachesk was raiding settlement. And Ungva had several natural resources, iron mine, some food stores, and so from time to time Pachesk would raid Ungva, and so bitter rivalry there. Wasn't until unification by Kotho Mountain Smasher that things settled down between Ungva and Pachesk. Now they rule from Druzhba, but tunnel below ground to ocean? Never heard of such thing. Deep iron mine. That's only thing I know of.
Is there anything we need to be careful of in Ungva?
Fierce warriors there, because of continuous raids by Pachesk tribe. So
you're saying if we meet animosity, it's your fault? I'm just kidding.
you see his that hit really hard to him.
Bells would be horrified visibly.
Yes. I know you joke, but yeah, partially my fault.
Well,
I left that life behind.
yeah, I know you. That's why I said it.
And I am glad that I, lived that life, because I would not be here making small furniture and, toys and cutting logs without my time reading and raiding. So,
We're all on our own journeys.
But I know nothing of dead gods under the ocean.
Will we be taken too kindly in Ungva? Do we need to...
I would not fraternize. If you can be sneaky or stealthy or magically charm people, or if you're just if you think you're charming enough to get admittance into the village. I mean, they are not so xenophobic that they have no outsiders come. Especially we have traveling traders, especially from Stolheller from time to time. Myriad of ways to approach it.
Well, that's not unhelpful. I was hoping you'd have heard of this magical item to go seek and hopefully destroy.
Yes, no idea. But yeah, I know nothing of big gods or magic items, and I doubt the Goliath do either. If they did, they would find a way to exploit it, surely. They have grand designs, or so I am told. I lived before the hierarchy was created.
Is there anything else we need to know about entering this area?
Stay away from Druzhba.
Okay, we'll try.
It shouldn't be hard, it's far away. But yeah, stay away from Druzhba, stay away from Pachesk. Don't make anyone mad. They will crush your skulls, probably.
We tend to be very good at making people mad.
Oh, then might be
Just
worse than
Try
going
not
into
to
the forest.
talk to anybody.
Yeah, just avoid Goliath in general. Then I've
Well-
seen multiple mugs made of skulls, so.
Ooh.
Are we going to do this?
I think I can't think of a reason why not. It's our best lead so far.
Oh, bring jacket.
Oh. We have
We
these
did buy a bunch of cold weather
cloaks.
stuff this time.
Oh, good.
Oh.
Then that is very good. It gets quite cold there.
We bought a bunch of cold weather stuff
You
before
did?
we went into
Did
the
you
forest.
tell us
Yes.
that? Okay, we put it on.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. I totally remember that. It's fine.
I recall freezing last time, and it did not.
I
bode
remember
very
you
well.
buying them. I don't remember donning them.
I don't think we ever
needed to this
specified,
time.
but it's fine. You
Yeah.
guys have jackets and fur-lined implements that you can utilize.
Perfect. Great.
Remy, you probably even got. If you want to set back a couple more gold, you could have gotten some fur-lined tents to utilize if you'd like.
You know, that seems sensible. And can I get one of those big, tall hats made of fur?
Sure.
Do those exist?
You mean like the kind of the Russian ones that have the like folds on the
Yeah,
sides?
yeah, those ones.
Absolutely, of like nice like fox fur.
Oh,
So on brand, Remy.
So, is there anything else you'd like to discuss with Voren or amongst yourselves?
can we dramatically turn around all at once and then Remy nods at him and nods at the two and he says, "We're in."
Oh, great! We can leave immediately. Are you packed? Are
Immediately.
you ready?
Oh,
I
I'm
am.
hungry.
Oh yeah, some stew, and then we'll go.
All right.
Is that okay? Since some,
We-
anxiety.
well, we just finished up rather a big errand, and we were, anticipating in that here at this inn. But I guess that's all right if it's really urgent.
We can leave in the morning. It's just there's a team ahead of us that we're kind of backing up, and
Yeah,
they
all
may
right.
die.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Well then.
What are you
let's-
expecting is gonna kill them?
Oh yeah, he looks at his other hand. Puler said something about a death knight. Said you would know what that means.
Yes,
Oh.
we saw him before.
Yeah, something about him.
So he's after this brooch also.
Probably. I don't know. He says there's a high likelihood that they know where it is if we know where it is.
Well, he didn't kill us last time.
Oh, that's
why,
good.
Why do you think he would kill them?
Well, probably because he wants the brooch. I don't know. I don't have many answers.
He did almost kill us last time.
He really
Almost.
didn't want to, but he seemed like he had a hard time not hitting super hard.
Okay. I'm starting to understand why there's two teams. I'm glad I'm on team number 2. Cool. Well, get your stew, get filled up, and we'll teleport away from here.
All right.
Good. Oh, he looks on his arm now. Copious gold. I think that means that he said he's gonna pay you.
Well, I should think so.
That's good. I'll take that.
Good. Okay.
Maybe more of
Did he
this.
just tell you the words copious gold?
I can't remember everything that he told me. That's why I wrote it down. And I wrote down copious gold.
Knowing fingers, that means that yes, you are promised payment for this.
Have you known this man a while?
Oh, yeah, years and years and years. Probably like 12, 15, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, we met in Filiatal up in Eltexia with all the snow elves and stuff.
I don't really
Oh.
know what that means, but okay.
Oh, it's called the City of Splendor and stuff like that. They're very, the snow elves have a lot of levity compared to the rest of the Shilkamvaris. Very nice, fun people. Festival Way's great at the winter time. Magic folk. Anyway, I was looking for an artifact up there, and he was there in the inn.
Oh, okay. Well, I suppose we should eat our dinner.
Oh, sure. You can grab a seat, or I see you got a Goliath friend over there. Hi. Hello. You can come on over here if you like and have stew with us. What's your name? I'm Professor Fingers. Dick Fingers. Call me that. He shuffles over
Yeah.
and sits down with the rest of you, and Voren does eat his stew quite quietly, but the rest of you can grab bowls of stew. It's a nice venison stew, probably meat from the Huntsman's Guild.
Nice.
But unless there's anything else you'd like to do over dinner, you guys can kind of quietly
Stuff my ears with wool.
eat. Yeah, he is talking kind of nonstop about things that don't matter. The only thing that piques your interest, Belle, is when he starts talking about, excitedly talking about Sweaty's pastry shop and how they're opening up start hike location, and talks passionately about their cherry pastries. But the rest is just kind of, in one ear, out the other.
I'll jump in and say that as he's doing all of that, Remy appears contented because he doesn't have to say anything.
Is he like snuggling closer and closer to Ag? Or is he
No,
trying to be cool?
He's just kind of sitting there sipping on the broth around the chunks of meat.
Ruby is fascinated by the stories and has just a small notebook, not a big roll of parchment, but just a little one, and is trying to take notes, but then keeps
Sure.
trying to keep up.
So it
keep
is
up with the threads.
particularly interesting to Ruby because he's been to not one but two continents that you haven't been to. You've only been to Galway and Kazun, but he's been up north to Eltexia and to Iodosos.
So she's probably asking some clarifying questions, but mostly letting his rhythm roll.
Sure. You get a little information from him between the nonsense of he does detail what the Shilkum Varus actually is. It's a elven governmental system of 3 city-states who kind of work together, otherwise known in common as the 3 Companions. You get a little information about a group of humans on eastern Eltexia that are kind of reavers and raiders, but also skilled diplomats. They kind of, pen and sword have an approach to diplomacy to get what they want. And he goes on for quite some time about the Shang Brotherhood, which you have heard of in Iodosos. It's the primary magocracy there. But the rest of you guys are just not interested. But you do finish your stew. Vorin has a second bowl that he's eating from as you guys finish up. So, you guys ready to go? Anything else to do?
I don't think so. I suppose we're ready.
Can you think of anything else we need to bring from here? We've got...
You got torches? We're going to go in a tunnel, so...
We have torches or
Actually, I can make
light
light.
capability.
Okay, good. Anything you can think of? Rope. Sorry, anything you can think of?
I was actually going to say rope and rations.
Same bite.
Good on
We've
ration.
got-
I might run back over to the shop and get one of those, a fur beanie. I'm just running. I'll just get a hat so fast. I'll just be right
Okay.
back.
Not a problem.
Why do we need hats?
My ears get cold.
Oh, fair. I understand. Would you like an escort? It is late at night.
Oh,
We
I
are
mean,
surrounded by woods.
Why don't we all go to the shop? I can see if I like to pick up trinkets from wherever I go. Sometimes there are postcards in general stores or little, knickknacks or carvings or something.
or a trading card.
A trading card? You mean like those, Galdrin Snowhammer ones?
Like that.
I am an avid collector of those, so yeah. If they have any of those, I'd love to pick up a pack.
I mean, I didn't see any when we were in there earlier, but
Oh, well, still, some little knickknack or thing.
Well, I have quite some things to show you then, as a fellow collector.
Oh, really? Okay, well, we'll get to the trading over the fire one night. I have some duplicates that perhaps you don't have, and you may have some duplicates that I don't have. So, yeah. Well, let's go to the shop real quick. So, I'll just kind of sweepingly get up, walk out the door, expecting you guys to follow.
and we've paid. We're paid up. We
Yeah,
don't
you
need
can
to.
settle
Okay.
your tab pretty quickly.
Great.
Is the Goliath still with us, or we just leave him
He's
at
kind
the
of
restaurant?
shrugs and gets up to follow, stew in hand. He knows he can kind of just pay whatever, so he'll follow after you guys.
When we get outside, y'all will notice that Ag will take off his shoes and store them.
Oh. Okay.
Um,
So
affiliated with the whole the necklace on that.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I just recognized your necklace, I thought you might be a practitioner. I know Bells has been collecting ones like that periodically.
I understand. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a practitioner, but I do recognize and honor the wisdom that she. Yeah. You're Bells, right?
Yes, I am.
Oh. It's a fun journey.
Why do you say that?
It awakens a part of you that society kind of has tampered down. It's freeing.
I need some of that.
I believe everyone does. But no, the shoes is not part of Allura. You don't have to do that. It's just how I was raised.
Well, I'm sure there's a fascinating story with that.
I mean, depends on your perspective of what's fascinating and not.
We find pretty much everything fascinating.
Oh. I grew up in a very wooded area where everyone around tried to be as one with nature as possible. So, and anytime I'm indoors, I put on shoes because it's not the same as connecting with the earth.
Sounds like a nice practice.
Where did you grow up, did you say?
Did not. It's not really well known, even on my continent, but it is called. Hold on.
Me all the time.
I know.
Let me check my notes real quick.
I don't know what to call it in the common tongue, but yeah, it's just a quiet little place. We tend to bend our building and existence around the nature instead of making it conform to us.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's terrifying and, like I said, freeing earlier. More than one morning, I woke up with a wolf or two sleeping next to me. So that scares you, but it's good.
Molly, you can make a history check if you'd like at, I'd say, disadvantage.
Good thing I just added this as my other proficiency thing. 16, 18. 16 plus 10 is a 26.
You've heard of a naturalistic half-orc society, supposedly. They're isolationist to the point that no one has ever found the location of this city. Besides that, you know that it's within the continent of Eltexia somewhere, supposedly called Nogbuz.
Okay.
But that's about all the information you have on that society.
That is so interesting. I feel like maybe I've heard of something like that before, but yeah, I'd love to hear more about just what that was like for you growing up and how you feel like that part of your life has shaped you and all that. I know we'll have plenty of time for talking on our travels.
Yeah, I'll answer questions as I see they need to be answered. Yeah.
It's at that point that you see throwing open the doors flamboyantly up ahead to Farmer's Wholesaler, Professor Fingers, who kind of stalks in and starts to find various curios and artifacts that he's just bundling up in his arms. They're mostly just miscellaneous carvings or, a trowel or whatever. He's like, oh, I can put this on my shelf here and get this one inscribed, and just starts buying knickknacks. You guys are free to buy whatever. A little beanie probably costs you 5 silver, if that. Rope, though I think you guys have a lot of rope already.
We have a good amount of rope.
Another 60 feet won't hurt. You can pick that up.
Yeah.
Ruby's gonna find a hat, and she's with an opening in the top, so she can pull her ponytail out and like
Love it.
fluff it, and then have the fur around her
Love it.
ears.
Vorin will
It's very
just chill
cute.
outside as he has no need to go into the general store. He sits, his hulking figure is sitting on the stoop of the building, almost coming up to the roof, sitting down, just kind of hands clasped, looking around.
I would probably like sit next to him, but like maintain our very common like silence where we just neither of us.
Yeah, just sitting, enjoying
Yes.
each other's company.
Yeah.
Eventually, the rest of you filter out. There's a large bag that has been filled by Professor Fingers of knickknacks.
Okay.
He's just kind of looking around excitedly. So we got our hats, we got our ropes, we got our knickknacks. I'll have to get some knickknacks from Ungva too. Anyway,
If I might ask, what is your plan for getting when we arrive at Ungva? How close are we gonna arrive to this
about
city?
a half day out.
Okay, and the tunnel starts from the city, from what you know.
I think so. I think it's in the iron mine, from what I've
Okay.
been told.
All right. Do you have a plan for us making our way through the city without arousing any suspicions, or are we just gonna?
Oh no, I haven't thought of that.
Well, our companion, our friend Warren here, is not native to that town specifically, but advised that we not, make any mischief or cause any trouble, as they might crush our skulls and use them as drinkware.
Oh, you think I could buy one of those?
Probably.
That'd be an interesting knickknack.
Hmm.
A conversation starter. Yeah, I can just turn us all invisible or something.
Okay, that's what I was wondering, just what kind of magical capabilities you have that would enable us to not die
Oh yeah,
before we even get to this supposed tunnel.
that makes sense. Yeah, I'll just turn us invisible if that works.
By me.
I guess.
Okay, I'll do that then. Okay, well, everyone gather up, kind of, together in a little clump, and then we'll all poof away. Vorin kind of stands. This is where I will leave you. It was a pleasure to meet you, Ruby, Remy. Sorry to hear that Vinny went home, but I'm glad he's with his family. Bells. You will be coming back to visit many times. I know that. Because we are friends and you know where I live now. And it is not a large cell underneath Ormond. And I'm sure you will be looking for a large architect to make, grand palace for House Coburg or something. Good things in your future, I'm sure.
Something. Yes.
Hie close to Udant. Let her guide you. Or don't, it's your life. But choose one thing or the other. Professor Fingers, Dick, was nice to meet you, as well as you, small half-orc.
Nice to meet you as well.
I will go make some tea and enjoy my fire. Goodbye. He just kind of nods sheepishly and thumps off in the direction of his house. Okay. Ready? On 3. 1, 2. You teleport. You were sucked into the queasy feeling of slipping through time and space, quite familiar to you guys at this point in your travels, and materialize onto the ground. Crunching under your feet is a thin layer of frosty snow with kind of tufts of grass poking out from the soil that is kind of frozen over. As you take in your surroundings, you are on this vast kind of piece of tundra. Further away, there are kind of bordering forests of pine and maple. And behind you is this kind of large mound that runs almost due east, which is strange. But it's evening time. You've made your way pretty far south. The cold does bite into you, but thankfully, due to your warm clothing, you guys are insulated from the elements for the most part. Oh, Burr, I should have gotten some fur-lined robes. I forgot how cold it is out here.
Oh, 1 second. And I'll set my back down and just pull out a fur coat, like cloak.
Oh, thank you. I won't need it for long. Hopefully we'll be underground, and that's nice and insulated, you know.
Yeah.
So,
You've been down here before.
oh, yeah, I've been here, just not to Umva. I've been close to Umva. There was a purple worm infestation. Me and some buddies, we were sent to, exterminate the worm. So, yeah. Actually, there should be a big hole in the ground somewhere if it's not snowed through. Actually, try not walk over that way because we might fall into a big purple wormhole.
What
Oh,
is
good to know.
that?
A purple worm?
Hole.
No, it says it's good to know.
Oh, a hole is like a hole in the ground.
A purple
No, I said
hole.
it's. I just said it's good to know that there's a purple wormhole over there so we don't fall into it.
Yeah. A purple wormhole
No.
is a hole in the ground made by a purple worm, Bells.
How large are they?
Oh, they're big.
I've never
Oh.
seen one before.
And boy, are they purple.
And they make holes.
Well, yeah, they're burrowers. They're worms. Except, they burrow through stone, ice, snow, dirt.
How large are they exactly?
Oh, like maybe this big or bigger. I don't know. Depends upon how old they are.
It's a big worm.
They got big stingers and, cavernous maws. My buddy got eaten by one. Well, when we were here, few people got eaten.
That's terrible.
Yeah, they got digested partially.
Wait, so they're alive?
Well, one of them is.
Wow.
Wait, were you
Okay.
referring
That
to? Was he referring to our friend over here as Buddy?
No, he wasn't referring to
Okay.
Agater. This was a different
Okay.
excursion.
Like, have you been eaten by a purple worm?
Are you a survivor?
Yeah, it's just, a Sunday morning for me.
Yeah.
There's a group in Urungal called the Purple Worm Survivor Support Group.
Most of them, at least half to 3/4 of their bodies are like,
Just kind of melted.
ooh,
Stomach juice.
yikes.
So, but this is new. He points to the large mound behind you guys, kind of to the north. I'm gonna look at this. He just starts to scramble up the hill. Gets to the top, looks west, looks east, like looking at the ground. Well, that's weird. Oh well. Starts to trudge down and say, okay, I guess, do you want to make camp or do we want to get to Umva first?
What did you see up there?
Oh, really big mine tracks? I don't know.
Mine tracks.
Yeah, like for a mine cart?
Why is that weird? Aren't there mines down here?
Yeah, but, these are really big. Also, where would they be taking the mine cart to? I mean, I guess Druzhba. I don't know. Strange to me.
Like big, like they'd be used by Goliaths?
Bigger.
Oh,
Like, the size of that mound. It is a large mound.
The
Basically,
mound?
it's an embanked
Okay.
track, basically.
Okay. So it's not like a mound.
It's
There's
like
like a
a
huge
shrimp.
embankment that
Yes, that's running
Okay.
east-west.
is it like giant sized?
Not giant sized,
Okay.
but it's bigger than Goliath.
Okay.
Minecart size. Somewhere in the middle there.
Okay.
A lot of potatoes.
Many
So
potatoes.
many potatoes.
But we can, I guess we can go to Ungva now, if you're not sleepy. So like a half day. Get there at midnight.
Remember, they had a long day.
Oh yeah.
Look, I don't know about them. I can say for myself that I'm ready to get the ball rolling here. You know, I'd love to find out what happened to Cyrus. It's kind of been a sticking point for a while.
Oh yeah. Ever since I heard that he was missing, I was worried. That guy can get into a lot of trouble by himself.
Well, why don't we hurry on and see at least how far we can go?
Sure, that'll give us time to catch up to the advanced team. Maybe we'll even meet him before we get there.
Sounds
So let's get
good.
going.
Okay. So you guys start to trek roughly southeast towards the village of Ungva. Night starts to fall quite early. The sun was already mostly set by the time you guys got here, but by the time the village comes into sight, it's really just flickering fires of homes and hearths as you approach. The tracks actually do continue perpendicular to you and arrive into the city proper, up to a large, what seems to be square stone building, maybe a story and a half, so to speak. That's about all you can get from right here, but he says, okay, so I'm gonna make us invisible.
Do you have any information about where this advanced team is staying, or
Oh, I figured they're trying to get to the glass city like us.
the Glass City?
Yeah. It's a city under water, made of glass.
Is it inhabited?
Nuh-uh.
But it is a city.
Well, it was. I guess it still is. I mean, what comprises a city, right? Does it have to have denizens residing in it, trading, an economical system, a governmental system, or is it a city still if it's just, no one living there?
I don't know.
Me neither. It's a philosophical question, I guess.
I think at that point it'd be called ruins.
Oh, yeah. So, the glass ruin. Let's call it that then.
So we weren't planning to stay here.
Maybe. I'm not in contact with Team A.
So we're just going to wander through the city and hope we find them or the tunnel.
Yeah, we're looking for the tunnel
All right.
But you don't know where it is.
in the iron mine.
Okay. So shall we head there, or shall we find some place to rest?
Oh, we would probably do well to rest before we go delving into holes, because you never know when you're gonna...
Sure, we can just camp on the outskirts here.
That seems like it makes the most sense.
Sure.
Can you not contact anyone in the advanced team?
The only person I know who would be on it maybe is Cyrus, but he's still... Well, I don't know. Let me try. You see him concentrate real hard for a second. Well, the message went through, so that's good news, but no response. So, do with that what you will.
It went through?
Yeah. So he's on the same plane of existence as us right now, I guess.
Whew,
And not dead.
Okay.
So,
Guess that's an improvement.
yeah.
A significant one.
All right.
Huh. Well, I certainly feel better about taking a little rest tonight. Don't you two?
Sure.
I suppose so.
Who is this Cyrus that y'all keep mentioning in great detail and adoration?
He used to travel with us. we met over a year ago now, or at least I met him then. He went missing quite some time, right before we got caught in that, the suck hole. And then we haven't been able to get a hold of him since, and have a pretty good reason to believe that he has been in excruciating pain or torture of some sort.
Oh, that's news to me.
Yes, there was an archfey that gave us some more information.
You're friends with an archfey?
Not friends.
We did her a small favor, and I asked for a small favor in return.
Well, we did her a really big favor, but
We
Be
did.
careful with those. Feywild is a tricksy place.
I was about to say the best way to deal with the Fae is to not deal with the Fae.
Yeah.
We don't have any
That-
reason to believe that they would be following us or care about us at all anymore, really.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good.
Our friend was in cahoots with one of them.
Oh, well, I wish him the best with that sort of situation.
Yes.
he seemed to have made the best of it, actually. And think it's going to
All
work out
things
all right.
considered.
Yeah. Anyway, this seems like good news for their old companion.
That's right. I guess you never did meet Cyrus, did you?
No. Y'all had just realized that he was missing when I met you in Cube World.
Well, okay, and for some, I didn't know. I feel like I'm overstating my relationship with him. I didn't know him incredibly well, but he was a good acquaintance and someone I'd kind of consider to be under my care at the time. So it would be good to you could clean that up a little bit for me personally.
And I know Vinny would, feel really bound to continue searching for him so we can continue on his behalf.
Well, frankly, it felt a little frustrating. So, for more context for you two, we did just help a friend rectify his situation with his family and the Fae. It was a huge mess. It was such a big mess.
Mm-hmm.
But in that time, we did also lose that person. He went back to spend time with his family, and we were kind of hoping to bring him along to something like this. But we wanted to make sure he had his powers back, and he didn't have his powers, and so I guess a no Vinny is better than a non-powered Vinny from a tactical perspective.
That is true.
He wasn't the most physically apt.
He was
Powers.
persuasive.
He had an arrangement with that Fae.
Oh, yeah.
She was rather fickle, though.
Okay.
Everything's starting to make sense.
Yeah, it clicks. Maybe you get some knickknacks out of it, though.
But it's off our plate now, so
Yes,
there's
he's-
there's
Alright.
no worries moving forward.
Probably.
Hopefully. You never quite know what the Fae will do.
That is true, but
But I have had run-ins with different Fae entities before, and hopefully,
Are they all like that?
where they're so beautiful and so terrible at the same time.
And they trick people to sleeping with them and then give them powers and trick them into contracts with them to serve them.
To do their bidding and then take their powers away and then give them creepy dreams.
this all seems like very specific situations.
Not always. There's also hags.
Yeah.
She wasn't a hag.
No, yeah, hags are worse.
But as far as being beautiful and terrifying, yeah, most of them are.
She was some sort of queen of the Fae or something. I don't know, really.
May I roll an Arcana check?
Yeah, you can. He rolled a nat 20 on that.
I rolled a soft 20.
You both share a glance
Ah,
at the same time, probably. Titania.
yeah.
Yes,
That's,
her. You heard
Yeah,
her.
that's the one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Oberon was
It's a really good
involved
story.
and-
I can tell it for you if you want.
I'm just glad your buddy's elsewhere.
Yeah. Especially with the brooch.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean?
Like the wind, Fae are restless. And sometimes they do things just for fun. And, if what information we have, if it's any sort of truth, then Fae having access to that might be detrimental. Who knows what might happen? I like to know things. And the level of chaoticness the Fae bring is not my favorite.
Yeah. Once I saw Archfey eat a barrel of this kind of powder that if you hit it with fire, it explodes. It's a new technology, but yeah.
That sounds very
He
dangerous.
just ate it for
What?
fun. The whole barrel
How-
too. His jaw
like-
distended.
no.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Very strange.
Wow.
Yeah. Enough about the Fae. Because
Oh,
if you say their name enough times, they'll just appear somehow. But in the end, it's y'all's choice. But I hope, for y'all's sake, we do get to find your friend Cyrus and see that he
Yes.
is well.
As do I.
Yeah. He's been, coming into his own, so I hear, and I'd love to really discuss spellcrafting with him. I hear he's been making great use of grease. So, yeah, I was never really a grease master myself. But...
I'm sorry, who
Ugh.
told you that?
Oh, Professor Puler.
That he was making great use of grease.
Yeah, he's an archmage of divination. He looks in from time to time on people.
But he used the word great.
Yeah, I mean, he said he was spraying it everywhere,
He was
He
doing
called
that.
him a grease master?
I don't remember the exact terminology, but he said he was making good use of his spells, especially grease.
That's...
And I really want to, pick his brain on it, because I'm not a very good greaser.
oh.
My spell crafting lies in, other directions, so to speak. Like invisibility or teleportation, bland spells like that.
Well,
Nothing fun
Professor
like grease.
Fingers, I can tell you, you're not missing out on much from experience.
Well, I hope to find Cyrus and see anyway.
So, are we tracking or are we resting?
Resting,
We ought to
I
rest if
suppose?
we're going to be effective.
Yes, let's rest at least for a short time.
Okay. You guys settle up for a rest. If you want to take watches, let me know.
Agadir will offer first watch.
Okay.
And I'll join you and swap stories.
Okie dokie.
Mostly because I'm bad at watching and I shouldn't do it by myself.
Who's got second
And I
watch?
like to talk, so I'll do
number
it with somebody else.
2.
Okay. Who's got third?
I'll do third.
Okay. Professor Fingers is sleeping through all of it. He's got a nice warm tent that he unpacks with a flourish. It's like pulls it out of a bag and it unfolds perfectly. by
Is it
itself.
bigger on the inside?
It is not. It's still
Aw.
just a tent, unfortunately. At first watch, if you guys want to make perception checks, if you have dark advantage or dark vision, it's with regular disadvantage if you do not.
I do got that dark vision though.
11. Oh wait, with disadvantage. Do I always do that?
Do you have dark vision?
No, but I don't think I've ever rolled it at disadvantage.
I usually just don't enforce it.
Well, I just always roll bad, so it doesn't matter. 11.
24.
Nothing really to pick out from your vantage. You guys kind of get right up against this embankment. With a 24, during the night, there is kind of a small shift in the snow, and you see a small diameter of snow fall about a half foot into what you can only assume was The purple wormhole. But that's about it. And your watch comes and goes. Second watch, we have Remy. If you wanna make
During
your
our
story
watch,
happen.
we shared stories. I did not press him too hard about the location of where he grew
Oh,
up or
sure.
anything because I knew to be like respectful,
Mhm.
but I just wanted to learn more customs. I took a few notes and
Yeah.
shared my notes. Wasn't like
Sure.
secret, but just learning his story a little bit. Shared a little bit of our journeys with minor embellishments.
Sure. You can tell she's
Mostly
also
the truth.
interested in kind of your continent in general, as
Mhm.
it seems like she hasn't been up that way, or at least isn't experienced with those cultures. So
Yeah.
she asks a lot of clarifying questions around the elven cities, around the Torvenbergen people.
Oh yeah, you would have gotten all the information about that.
Cool.
Not where he's from.
Probably would have taken a couple songs.
Sure.
Any
Yeah.
I would have also
favorites.
shared a book with you.
Oh.
When you flip through it, it is a book of poetry written by
Ooh.
Agador.
Your own poetry.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there like any kind of chemistry happening?
Ruby has chemistry with
Everyone.
anyone who can speak words.
I was about to say, with a wooden door.
Yeah. So, some
Yeah.
from her end.
Yeah.
I don't know about Aggie's end.
Hard to read.
I was about to say, make an insight check.
Which I did not take as a new proficiency. So.
You can set your own DC.
Oh, you really think I should?
Yeah, if you
Do
want.
it. Do it. I want to know.
Insight. 24! Not 20!
Now I get to know.
Molly's rolls are always like
So ridiculous.
27, 24.
And then when it's important,
Or
like 7.
7.
Like a 2, which is the worst thing I can roll. And yeah, with like
Love
a
it.
no specials.
So with a 24, what does she get in terms of insight? It doesn't even have to be on that subject. Just in general, what is Agador feeling going
I'll
through?
give both. I'm new to the table. I have to earn everyone's trust. So, generally speaking, you get a very strong sense of self and reservation. Quite opposite of Professor Fingers. He is slow to speak and tries to choose his words in every situation. He is direct. You can also tell. You said 24?
Mm-hmm.
God, hate bards. Hate bards.
That was a nat 20. It had nothing to do with the bard.
It was a nat 20?
Yes,
Okay.
I have
Okay.
crappy insight. Like this was just
Since it's
my
a nat
weird.
20,
Yeah.
you can tell there's a very deep, dark secret he has.
Mm.
And you can tell that he, on multiple occasions, has ended someone's life with his bare hands. He carries that weight.
Mm.
And since it's a nat 20, there is a fondness that he is showing towards Ruby for her ability of the arts. But you will also notice he tends to look in someone else's direction more often.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else to your watch?
No.
Okay.
That's good.
Hayden, what was your perception?
12.
12. All quiet on the western front, and the eastern front,
All the fronts.
and the southern front.
This front runs east to west.
There is no front to the north. There's just a big hill of snow. But you can easily wake Bells for her morning watch. If you have anything else to do beforehand, let me know.
I don't think I have any. I guess I could get to potion making. Make some more potions.
Sure. Yeah. Just
is going to be kind of mortaring and pestling over the course of a couple hours.
Thankfully, each of you sleep through the of mortar and pestle.
More like a
I'll hate
Yeah.
that. Nope. Mm-mm.
There we
wet
go.
plant leaves.
But you can wake Bells if you want to make a perception check, Bells.
Sure. Ooh, a 9.
9.
A 9.
Thankfully, nothing disturbs your watch because you are having a hard time seeing.
Yeah.
And your mind is also elsewhere. It's on some of the words that Warren said to you. It's on your dream from Melora. But nothing disturbs your watch, and the sun starts to crest the horizon. Ostentatiously yawning. Oh, I slept good. We ready to go?
From his sleeping bag, you hear, "You always sleep good, Fingers."
Yeah, that's true. I'm a heavy sleeper, just so you guys know. So if anything happens in the night or anything, just give me a shake.
I'll do like that one time. I'll just throw you.
I was bruised so bad. I didn't even have my mage armor. Don't do that, please. Invisible, right? It snaps and you all turn invisible.
Oh. Well, how do we...
Can we see
Should we
each
all
other?
hold a rope or something?
Oh, yeah, I guess we could do that. Also, we're going to make footprints in the snow. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, just follow the footprints.
Yeah, okay.
It would be harder to explain if someone gets entrapped by an invisible rope in the middle of a town. And if you-
Actually, sorry to interrupt. Good idea. Some Goliath hunting parties walk in single file. That way it looks like there's only one set of footprints going.
I'll take the lead.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume I have the closest foot size to a Goliath.
I will stay in the back.
So do we all just like try to step in the footprints in front of us? Because that
Yeah.
sounds kind of fun.
I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Except,
Ruby and Remy are just
Yeah,
like,
we're like.
Agner hasn't been around much halfling, so he's taking normal strides.
Ruby's
Um,
like, maybe I'll just look like a squirrel
Mm.
running along behind.
An invisible squirrel.
For our listeners, that would be John hitting his elbow while pretending to be a squirrel.
There it is.
I was trying to be the one from Ice Age.
Sprat.
Yeah.
Classic.
So, if you guys want to make stealth checks with advantage, as you are invisible, you may. Oh, thank God for advantage on
Oh, you said advantage.
his
that's
part.
right.
Dang it. Oh,
Woo!
20.
I rolled
Soft
a
20.
21 and a 4.
21 and a 4.
Soft 20.
20. What do you got, Hayden?
Natural 2025.
16.
Nice. Hey, you still rolled higher than someone. Fingers rolled a 12 plus 3. So
I have a +6.
easy enough. You guys start. Or I'm sorry, not even plus 3, even lower. You guys creep your way closer and closer to this village that comes into full view. Kind of like longhouse structures of sloping design, mostly of wood and stone. Sometimes the first floor is all stone cobbled together and mortared. Sometimes it's full wood. Every chimney is smoking, but there seem to be no real walls except on the southern border of this village. There is a massive wall with a bunch of stakes pointed out towards the general direction of Pachesk. But there is a road that leads vaguely back the way you came, back west towards what you would assume to be Druzhba. The village is pretty small, anywhere from your guess of 25 to 50 buildings in total. But the iron mine is easily picked out as the large building that the tracks actually lead to. It's just this kind of large square stone building, unadorned, with this, as you get closer, kind of circular staircase that spirals down into a deeper hole. You spot mini Goliath wearing these kind of large hide armor pieces, carrying great axes and glaives and spears. Hunters, some what seem to be farmers of some sort. You're not sure what's hardy enough down here to be farmed. But this is a bustling, lively village of folk. Perhaps more brutal than you might like, but life is there all the same. But you hear fingers whisper from the back. Should we go in, or do you guys have anything to do here?
No, let's go.
Should we go in, or should... He just whispers a little
We
loud.
heard you.
Okay.
Let's go in. There's
Okay.
nothing to do here.
So you make your way into the iron mine.
Yeah, straight there.
So you start to spiral down these stairs, descending into this bored rock that's striated with streaks of gray or rusty brown of iron, various pieces of ore, perhaps too small to extract, not worth it. Eventually coming into this small chamber at the bottom with two large hallways stretching off to either side. And if you want to make a perception check, you may, as you guys come down. I'll allow for 2.
I'd like to perceive.
Okay.
I would not.
21.
Okay.
13.
Well, the DC was 5, so, they're easily enough spotted. In the back of this large entry chamber is a collapsed bit of stone that leads to what seems to be a cavern beyond. Which direction you guys going?
I think this is the part where I stop leading us. Fingers, do you have any information on which way to go?
Oh, well, there are 2 tunnels, which I did not foresee. And there's also something back there.
You want me to move it?
Yeah, let's, move some rocks. Let's see what's behind door number 3,
Are
so to
there?
speak.
There's not other like Goliaths down here. They were just
No
up
one
into
working.
town. Okay.
You don't even hear, with those perception checks, you don't even hear the sound of pickaxes on rock.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go move some rocks.
Okay, make an athletics check for me.
Will do.
I'd like to also help move rocks.
Absolutely, make it an advantage.
Thank you.
I would be helping too.
Triple advantage.
Yeah.
Keep piling it on.
Yeah.
That is a 24.
24. Easily enough, you guys are able to clear away some of the rocks. It looks like there is scrapes and scruff marks of people who have been through here. And it wasn't hard to clear away a lot of the rubble for you guys to get through. It was really just to see more into the chamber before going through.
Yeah.
And it's not well lit in here, but there are a couple of guttering torches as you guys peer through. There seems to be 2 large kind of stone platforms to either side of what seems to be this kind of brilliant blue behemoth of metal, and the visage of a snarling blue dragon. Its eyes seem to be made of glass, exposing some sort of interior within the head of the dragon. And go ahead and make a perception check, those of you who would like to, or investigation if you're coming into the actual chamber.
I'll make a perception check.
Sure, yeah, just do 2.
I'll take the other.
Nat 20, 26.
You do notice
Not gonna follow that.
kind of hidden below the visage of the dragon, minecart wheels affixed to what looks to be a similar track to the one you saw up top. You'll also notice that connected behind the dragon head are several large, square, for lack of a better term, covered minecarts of large size.
We about to do Donkey Kong Country up in here?
It is for reference for real world people. It is a train.
Oh.
But you guys start to make your way into this cavern, I assume. And as you do so, that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh my.
Minecart madness. That's what we'll call the next one.
Minecart madness is what we're gonna call the next one.
Yeah, it is.